This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available coffee, teas, chocolate, and other products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well.
And now, Fairfax Breakfast Club with your host, Besile Lemba.
Welcome to the Fairfax Breakfast Club show. My name is Besile Lemba and I will be your host. The Fairfax Breakfast Club is a weekly program in which we bring to you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your networking skills and grow your business. We always start the show with a quote, and today's quote is, "One machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. No machine can do the work of an extraordinary man." And that is from Albert Hubbard. With us today in the show, we have someone who works on that, helping non-profit organizations, small businesses, get them to get on the web so they can fully take advantage of this technology. His name is Norris. Hello, Norris.
How are you?
Good, how about you?
Doing very good today.
Okay, very good. So tell us about, first let's start with telling us about your company, which is CONTENSIVE.
So my company is CONTENSIVE, and
You can be louder.
We work with associations and nonprofit organizations, and we provide website services, and we also build applications for them if they were going into that. Our services are for them. In order, we work with them one-on-one. We give them that one-to-one talk to where we make the best thing for your business. We don't give you some business plan that's going to be for a huge business that would not satisfy your needs.
Meaning you tailor-made the service?
Yes. We tailor-made every single service that we provide.
Okay. Since how long have you been with the company?
I've been with the company about 3 years.
Okay. You invented the company then?
No, not yet. Our company has been around for about 14 years. We've been working with associations and nonprofits, but they actually started in 1988, and that was the year I was born.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, very good, very good. So tell us, what is your specialty then?
My specialty is inside sales. I'm that first person that you meet when you have an idea, let's say for an application, and you don't feel quite right about it. You might think somebody else has came up with your idea. I'm the person you talk to. I'm the person that goes to our IT people. I'm going, guys, we have this great person on the phone, thinks he has a great idea. Can we do it? After I get information from them, I come back to you. I tell you our prices and what we can do for you. You go back to your bank or your financial institution, and you come back to me, and then we work out something where we come up with a proposal. We write down word for word every single thing we can do and perform for you.
Okay. Now, I'm just want to make sure I track with you. So you talk to them, and then they go to the bank. So it's a financial institution for what?
Some of them, they take out loans, or some of them, they provide the money through investors. It's all about how they are going to financially pay for the service.
Oh, okay. So they get the money, and then you guys help them put together that program.
Definitely.
Okay. Can you tell us some of the company you've worked with so far?
Some of the companies we work with, the House of Chambers. We actually had that approved, and that was about 2001 when we first started doing that. Since then, we've worked with smaller associations and nonprofits just to help them improve their revenue. In terms of associations and nonprofit organizations, they are sometimes small, some are large, but once we work with one, we always come back with referrals. So obviously, we're doing good in that regard.
Okay. Okay, got it. Now, let me ask you this. What makes your company different from any other company out there?
What makes ours different is that we're very personable. We don't have a telephone service where you say, press 1 for this person, press 2 for this person. As soon as you call, you get me. You get your inside sales rep where I build a relationship with you. You can call me anytime you feel like. I can give you my personal cell phone. I can give you my email. I can respond by text. I make every single avenue available for you to make sure your business runs smoothly.
What if they email you at 1 a.m.? I may text you at 1 a.m.
I'll respond as soon as my eyes open. Today's, I mean, everything's pretty much built on your phone. So no matter where I am, if I have service, I will respond to you. I like to take that approach just because if I was that person and I was in dire need of something, I'd want that same respect for somebody to have for me.
Okay. Very good, very good, very good. I gotcha. And let me ask you this. What do you consider as your biggest achievement?
Our biggest achievement is working with someone that actually had an idea that they didn't feel was a good idea. We actually turned that bad idea into a great idea when we actually were able to tell them, hey, this can be done. A lot of people come with app ideas and they're not quite sure on if it's been done before, but we actually do that research for you to actually look that up and make sure it can be done, and then our proposal actually lets you know exactly what is going to be done. So when we give you our sprint checks, which are just little tasks that we complete, and then we'll have a checkoff date, you know what's being accomplished with your money that you've given to us for your services.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, let me get back to what it says. So people come to you and then they say, I have a bad idea. Does that happen? Or they're not sure about the idea, the feasibility of it. Is that what you mean? Or?
Yes. So it's just some ideas, they're just not so, they haven't sold themselves really. It's how to really explain it. Okay,
got it. Okay.
Once you sell yourself, it's a lot easier for you to come talk to me, but some people will look online and they see an idea that's kind of sort of mirrors there, so they're not feeling quite as aggressive when they come to talk to me. They're kind of just questioning themselves, and then they're questioning
me. They wonder
me.
If maybe that was somebody else's idea?
Yes. Okay. If they're stealing someone else's deal or somebody already has a patent on it. Is this even a workable idea? It's how some of the ideas come out.
Okay. And the work that you guys do, so you go then and get the idea patented. Do you do that or they do that?
No, it's something they would have to do an LLC and make sure it's in their business name or however else they want to go about it. That's why the bank and everything comes into play.
I got you. Now, let me ask you this. Do they have to go and get the patent first to the patent office to get that done?
That I don't know.
Okay.
We work physically on the services, and that's what we want to do is provide great service to our customers. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they'll refer us, and therefore, they'll stick with us for years to come.
Mm-hmm. No, this is what I want to understand. Where you say you check for them and see if somebody else has the idea.
I check Google. We check all of our search engines possible to see if the idea has already been formed. Okay. A lot of ideas, let's say you wanted to do an app on Uber is one of the biggest things. So doing something that's like a taxi cab service, that wouldn't be a good idea because Uber is a service that they're already providing for free. Taxi cabs, you have to go through a lot of different, registrations and everything in order to get your service started. So doing an idea like that, that's something that's already been mirrored, that's been done. So you can't do something like that. The newest one that I actually looked up the other day was a life logger. It actually goes through, it's a little camera that goes off the side of your head. And what it does, it records every single bit of every single movement you make in a day. It has audio, video, and it's all stored in the cloud where it's just safely to you. Now, no one else has heard of it.
What would somebody...
Oh, go ahead.
What is the goal of that? I'm just curious.
So you can't forget what life events happen. Let's say you got married and 25 years ago you had your life logger on and your wife was like, remember that place we went to? What if you could somehow systematically go into a database, type in, where did we go 25 years ago, and it pulled up the exact place. And you set up that appointment for you and your wife to go on a date. What would that do for you in your love life?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Well, that's the whole point of this life logger. It's going to be life-changing. Wow. Even little events as if you had that life logger on and your baby said its first word while your wife was there, but you were at work. Wouldn't it be nice to watch that video and actually be able to see that and feel like you were there? Or if you're going rock climbing, or if you're just out and you're going whitewater rafting, there's so many events that could be taken down and put into a cloud for you to just go and, be able to visit at your leisure. Or if let's say you had a wife that was overseas or deployed and the baby is growing up and you're missing that time in that child's life, if they could send you that video and you could feel like you were there instead of getting just a simple picture.
No doubt about it. I'm just thinking about the idea. I got that. I mean, like a picture, like a video. We have that. My question, not concern. My question is the whole life. I guess it's kind of like videoing your whole life. Is that what the intention?
Definitely. Now we are not working with that. This is something I looked up on my own on Google, and they're still trying to find funding for it. But it sounds like a great idea. Sounds like something that's going to be groundbreaking and interesting.
No limit to technology, eh?
Oh, there's no limit. That's where we're all going. If you think about it, the way we've come from 2000, as I was growing up through high school, I didn't have a phone until I was 18 and I could pay for it on my own. But now no one doesn't have a smartphone. If you think about it, back in 2007, everybody had a flip phone and we thought we were all doing great. Everybody thought, we were at the top of the food chain. There was nothing else to improve on. But once the smartphones came out, they've kind of taken over. No one has just a basic phone anymore. Everybody has their web. They have the apps. They have their mail coming to them. Everything is coming right to your phone to where it's right to you, to where now we have Apple Pay, where you're just paying with your phone. You don't even need to carry around a credit card.
What do you see in the future?
I cannot say what I see in the future, but
It's confidential, or?
No, but somehow I kind of think that the way the credit card system is working now, I like the Apple Pay, but it's just, if you lose your phone, someone can still steal your data. But I feel like another thing that might come up now is kind of having a credit card that has a microchip in it. That's going to somehow...
Somebody told me that's coming.
Well, that's what I think it is too.
Yeah,
somehow it's going to be able to scan your finger, and that way, instead of having a picture of you, which can somehow be distorted, somebody will have your fingerprint. It's never going to happen. It'll be another way to protect your money, your savings, your information.
Unless they kill you and then put the finger on the card.
Unless they steal your only finger, then that's the only way they'd be able to do that.
That's really interesting. That's very, very interesting. I wonder how far the technology is going to go.
I mean, I just feel like technology is limitless. The way we've come up, and we're all growing with technology as you think about it. With the solar panels now coming out, it's just cutting money in half that you used to spend on a regular electric bill. If you're saving money that way, just think of how many other things we'll be able to do as technology evolves, and as we start evolving and learning more about technology, we'll be able to use it in our everyday life even more. Maybe create less car wrecks. I think there's supposed to be something coming out, or actually have a driver that'll drive for you so you don't physically have to drive the car.
Interesting. Could you say that the improvement on the improvement in technology, or the growth, or the expansion, or the progress measure up with the improvement in relationships?
I would definitely say yes. From our first call, I think that relationship has started. That first 10 seconds of talking to me, you kind of get that I'm personable. I'm ready to
No, I'm not
work
talking
with
about you. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't ask my question. We have a technology which is improving by leaps and bounds.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the human relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I'm asking you, I'm guessing an answer. It seems to me technology is moving, but I'm wondering if the human relationship are not lagging behind.
Oh, the human relationship definitely is lagging behind. I would definitely have to say we are. Technology is just one of those things that's going to constantly evolve, and we're always going to have to play catch up to it.
Are we catching up? Will we catch up?
I don't know if we'll ever catch up. That's
my point of concern.
That's a question that we're maybe in the future, maybe 10 years from now, we'll be able to both talk about and laugh and say, have we caught up with it, or are we still behind lagging?
But right now, we're way behind.
Oh, yes, way behind.
Way behind. So that's what concerns me with the technology. I understand it, I approve it, I use it, but that's my main point of concern with it. And Bill Gates said, the most dominating companies in the future will be the one with high tech and high personal touch. I get that you do personal touch, so you guys are different, you're working along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, outside of the arena of business, with the technology spiking as it does, I'm wondering what is the relationship between people?
That personal relationship is always going to have to be there, because there's always going to be someone that could pick up the phone and call you to tell you something. If you personally know me, you've shaken my hand and you said, Norris, you're a good person. I called you at 1 a.m. that one time. You actually picked up and you were able to answer my questions and help me through my scenario. Then you're going to always remember that. That person that first cold calls you and is like, hey, I want to sell you something, you're not going to remember him. Me, you'll remember.
No, I got that. This is where I'm going, Norris. I had on the show once from a lady, a woman sitting there. She was talking to me about her son. Her son sitting here, she's sitting here. Her son texts her. He's sitting right behind her. Was texting her.
I mean, that is just something that's different, but that's kind of how our age is going.
I'm not trying to pass a judgment on the fact.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm wondering. You hear your mother sitting over here, but you don't talk to your mother, you text her. I mean, the message come true, but it's just a question mark.
Personal
maybe deeply a
relationships.
concern, I would say.
Well, personal relationships, they might squander when it comes to technology nowadays. I feel like when a person's able to express themselves through words rather than actually physically saying it, it may be easier through a text. You never know what's kind of going on personable with that person.
I'm not blaming you, techie people.
Oh, I know.
I'm just looking at the situation. I'm analyzing it, and I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, everyone's different, and I love technology as much as the next person.
Well, the people who go now today, I mean, for example, today, people, phone books, never heard of it.
Yellow Pages.
What do you mean dial? Really, people dialing at a time. It's just what was happening 20 years ago. Today is like so dinosaur time, technology for them.
Definitely. I mean, it's just, everything has just evolved so much. If you think of even Siri, for example. Being Siri on an iPhone, being able to just talk and just talk out an email rather than physically typing. I mean, that's another innovation that's been great, I think, for us.
That one is great. Now, my question around it is, how do people know still how to write today? Do people understand grammar?
That's another thing that...
You get what I'm saying? I'm fine, who am I to stop technology? I'm not going to stop it. But do we still have people who are literate? And what is that society if that was not the case, where people are not literate? Where are we going?
That's another good question. I mean, technology is kind of taken away, I guess, some of the people that used to read all the time, but they do have Amazon books where you can get books online. So though they might not be able to read, I know some kids who have the Kindles, and that's all they want to use now. They don't want to pick up a paperback. They don't want to pick up a hardback to read. They don't even want to use the pop-ups anymore. They want the visual screen to actually watch, a show.
As long as they get educated, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, the end result and also it balances of what if not doing it, then this is happening. If they cannot have the book, the books, and this is okay. Now they have the Kindle, they still have it, one way or the other. So the question, my concern is literacy, understanding the language, being able to write and read properly. Do we lose that? Is the other question. Are we losing that in the progress of fast expansion, the breakthrough, the advance in technology? That's the question that I'm wondering. That's the point of I'm wondering about it.
That is a very tough one. I can't answer that, but I know I see a lot of kids, and I've seen a 2-year-old who knew a lot more words than I knew when I was 2 years old because of her Kindle. I can definitely say that. For example, the Kindle I thought was just reading books, but they've actually incorporated games where they actually teaches you to learn. But if you're a kid, you're actually learning how to say words, how to pronounce words, but you're physically playing games.
As long as, and I can understand that there's always a compensation. People say the technology today, people are losing jobs. But what you have to keep in mind is that jobs are being created with the technology. Yes, you see the jobs but what they may not see is the jobs that are being created. There is a compensation. I'm hoping there's a compensation with technology going, that the people are still learning, that they're literate, they understand the grammar, because that's part and parcel of education.
Definitely. I think with technology improving and actually bringing in that large field that it's going to need to be supported by a certain, I think you'll see a spike in people actually moving towards the technology field, maybe even women more now. Usually it's always men that are in technology, but I feel like there'll be more women in the future.
Why do you say that?
Just because when I go to meetings and I always see all males pretty much across the board. when it comes to technology. I just feel like women will actually start going into that field when they start seeing more jobs, or maybe their parents or the woman of the house will actually start going into that field rather than going to the regular teacher role. Maybe they'll try something new now since there's so many more opportunities out there.
The quote that we have on the show was chosen for a reason.
You have to remind me of it.
It just said a machine can do what 50% do. But machine cannot do what an extraordinary man does.
A machine will never replace a brain.
I know it will not. That quote was there to stimulate thinking. We believe man invented technology, that he should be on top of technology. It doesn't matter how far it goes. So is the game going? So is it going? Is it affecting his life and what have you? He improved a great deal. I mean, think about it. I personally was in the field of architecture. That's my profession. When we were studying architecture way back when, we was drawing, okay, good. So it was arduous enough. And when we was closing our ears, that's where technology was coming up. Well, if there was something wrong that needs to be fixed, you have to go through all the plans and fix everything. Today, you do this, boom, it's all changed.
Yep.
Is it better? Yes, most definitely.
It's definitely more efficient, I would think, nowadays. But I would say the fact that it's still available to you, that you have it in that cloud, let's say, per se, I feel like that's a lot better way to have it rather than just having a bunch of papers that are scattered anywhere that could possibly get messed up by, let's say, water damage, coffee gets spilled on it, or somebody just misplaces it and you never remember. It's always nice to keep that database just open so everybody can see what you did. Maybe 10 years ago, somebody will have that same idea and they want to improve on your idea. It'd be nice just to go on a computer, type it in, and be able to go into your plans and be able to change them easily rather than trying to look through 10 years of papers. If you think how much paper is actually being wasted over that 10, 12-year period, that's a lot. And you're just one person. If you had a large business, you could save hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. I have only one question. Is then architecture better today than it was then? I'm not asking you a question. I'm asking a question to myself. Okay. Or the audience, the guests. I'm asking you the question as well. Is the architecture better today than then? Personally, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. When it comes to the quality of it, I'm not talking about the drawing. Definitely, no doubt about it. But is the quality of the architecture then
better than
could it be compared to today? I don't think so.
I would say a lot more thought went in back then to where now you kind of have plug in and pretty much builds it for you. It's not so much an architect putting his personal touches on it.
See, there is a lost, clearly.
Definitely.
From there to there. I mean, it's from there to here to there. I mean, so we have improved in the drawings and what have you. But as far as the building of this place, the designing of it, so I guess it's kind of like it is a two-sided concept. Always have progress and dealing with it. We just have to deal with it. So now maybe now we'll come on back and teach some more and groove it and what have you.
Definitely.
And I guess it comes down to, if I may say so, is people mastering their craft and using technology as a tool to express themselves or to do things.
Right. I feel like technology is moving towards that. It's going to take some time in the field maybe of architecture. That's not my strong point. I went through college. I got a 4-year degree, and I came out and wanted to do sociology because I wanted to help people. I was helping people, but I actually found myself being able to do inside sales. It was actually more personable for me. You never know where your life is going to take you, and I just feel like with technology, you kind of have different avenues that you could kind of take and try out and see what better fits you.
Okay. No, that's part of life. I mean, life is, I always say, life is not a straight river. A river never goes like this. It goes like, and so forth. So you always have the different, that's part of the charm of life, if you want to put it that way. But I'm just, my point with technology, the reason I want CONTENSIVE to come, I want to discuss technology today. I'm all for the progress of it. I just think we need to stay on top of it, in the sense that we don't lose our identity, we don't lose our culture, we don't lose our heritage to the technology. That's just my thought on it.
No, I agree with you. And I hope we're still able to keep that. I mean, it's just something we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I'd say we have to do something about it. We wait and see, it may never happen.
That could happen also.
But that's what I want to go over. Technology, yes. I mean, today I write something, and then I wrote a document a long time ago, and then I wanted to rewrite the document. Then I remember I wrote that document a while back, and so when I'm right there, of course I enjoy and appreciate that. But I guess it's something I believe we have to work toward. Definitely, nobody should stop it. But at the same time, we need to catch up, making sure that human values are brought up, creativity, heritage, culture is not left behind.
Definitely. I definitely agree. And I feel like, as I said, I can't speak on the future, but I hope we don't lose our values.
Well, I'm
saying technology.
You are correct. I'm saying we got to get and start working on it.
We're definitely lagging, as we both agree on. So.
Definitely. Folks, I just want to mention to you before we close here that we have a breakfast event taking place at 3535 Cambridge Road. You can see the date on our website, which is blnbc.com. And also on May 22nd, we have an expo coming with about 80 to 100 exhibitors, expecting 300 to 400 business people. We want you there as an exhibitor, a sponsor, or a guest, but we want you there. Looking forward to have you there. Contensive here will be one of our exhibitors, as always.
Definitely.
Looking for. So if you need some more information on where technology can get you, come and see Norris there that day. Again, I want to thank you very much for tuning up. Our show is on Tuesday at 9, on Wednesday after midnight, and Saturday at 2 o'clock. See you next time. Bye-bye.
This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available coffee, teas, chocolate, and other products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well.